being a targeted individual will really show you a lot of people's true colors, because you'll go through a lot of family betrayal as a whole, and especially if you grew up around a lot of narcissists. So they use reactive abuse. They slander your name. They try to switch roles with you. You know what I mean? They try to take your qualities that make you authentic and an empathetic person and just a real person, and really study you and mimic your qualities, and then wear your characteristics like a suit as if it's them. And you're the hater, you're the narcissistic hater. They use a lot of psychological tactics. So I've always said that when it comes to being a TI, a target individual, see, they got the car right on cue. When it comes to being a TI, target individual, narcissists and gangstalkers, perps, soulless beings, they all go hand in hand. They're all one and the same, which are people who just really aim to bring down the energy or any type of, high energy in other people. They really just aim to, they're like energy vampires. They target anybody who has too much energy. And a lot of these people are really hated. They're hatred-based people, which, they find joy in gossiping. They find joy in grouping against people, ridiculing people, bullying. They're like, it's like a hive mind. It's like they have like this group think type of mind where, they feel powerful in groups. So if you've met one narcissist, you've really met them all. And I'm not claiming to be perfect, but like I said before, I'm definitely not an evil person who participates in something like this to tear down another individual, because life has really humbled me, and I've been around people who had a lot. I've been around people who didn't have a lot. I didn't grow up spoiled. I went without. I'm not saying I had the hardest life in the world, because I don't compare lives with other people. I'm not going to compare struggles. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all go through our own things at our own appointed times to learn our own lessons from those times. But I just wanted to say with this video, you really notice, it's either, you're one of these soulless people out here, or you have a soul. And from what I've seen, just, my personal perspective and what I've seen, there is really a lot of people out here who will try to tear you down, at the workplace, that in your communities, you know what I mean? They'll try to tear you down, in a public setting. So me growing up around a narcissistic family, and just even being born from a narcissistic mother, it really has showed me the truth about haters and how they operate, and how they project their insecurities. And it's really a lot of miserable people, you know what I mean? That's all it is. So you kind of like, you learn not to take it personally, because these people probably got, something going on with themselves, and it's a bitter reality to wake up as them every day. So there's no revenge you have to take. You don't have to do nothing to these people, because them waking up as themselves every day is enough to deal with. That's like their punishment, like being them. And I'd rather be a person who minds my business and worries about my own life and my own progress I'm trying to make, and get by, than be a person who's worried about what somebody else is doing, or plotting on other people, watching people, like a creep, or having people's devices cloned and hacked, and just being a really sneaky, creepy individual. I don't really see the appeal in that, but I know a lot of people do. A lot of people like to watch and listen to other people secretly and attempt to sabotage and plot on other people's lives. And that's really how the enemy is. The wicked, they don't ever get any rest. They just plot. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say in this video, I've learned a lot in my life from dealing with narcissists and haters, and I feel like it's to a point where, wherever I go, new job, a different setting, or it's wicked out here in this world. It's a lot of haters. It's almost like you just grow to expect them, but I never let them throw me off at this point. Maybe that worked when I was younger, but these people don't know where I've been. They don't know what I've learned in life. They don't know how much I've grown as a person. And that goes for, the TIs watching this video, because nobody's lived the life you've lived. Nobody's been through what you've been through. Nobody had to put up with the losses and the wins and really go through the things that you went through that made you who you are today. So a lot of people are mad, you know what I mean? A lot of people are going to be mad when you start making videos, or you start speaking your truth, or you speak your truth in comment sections, and these people are going to try to silence you because that's what they want. When I make these videos, even if it's just me speaking and not showing no gang stalking documentation with the tactics and stuff like my old videos, still have to get my camera fixed. But even if it's just me speaking in these videos, all of a sudden they're doing tactics. These people are getting all butthurt, directed conversation. They got all family all in on it, doing it too. And like I said, man, it's nothing to take personal. I don't ever take these people what they say personal, because I know at the end of the day, they got to wake up every day and be them. So, those same tactics don't work on me no more. All that reactive abuse and trying to get grown people to act like children, grown people who are, way past my age competing with me, grown people who are worried about what I'm doing when they have whole houses, they have whole vehicles, they have a family, kids, and a wife. They have jobs, that they have like important things to focus on, but instead they'll use all their energy and time to focus on what you're doing, pocket watching you, worried about your next move. So yeah, like I said, I'd rather be me than be somebody else. And I don't hate on people, because that's not who I am as an individual. I don't have to hate on people. People can lie, people can misrepresent me, but that doesn't make it the truth. And I'm going to keep speaking on these videos because I know that just pisses the enemies off. And it, it reverses anything that the wicked are throwing my way. Whether it be, them speaking against my life, speaking against my finances, speaking against my health, my well-being. I know at the end of the day, the Most High God, the true divine source of all existence, is protecting me and is with me. And I know I've showed a lot of respect to life. I've showed a lot of respect to the Most High. And I feel like that goes for a lot of TIs. I feel like a lot of TIs are very humble individuals who have been humbled by life, who don't carry a prideful spirit. And a lot of these narcissists, they haven't been humbled by life. They worship money, they worship materialism, they worship all the vain things of this world. They love to party. You know what I mean? They love to feel some type of way, take substances, drink substances. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, I don't worship the world. I'm not of the world. And I definitely don't target people and group up against people and hate on other people. That's not what I do. If I had children, trust me, I wouldn't turn them against one another. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that insecure. I wouldn't compete with my own children. I don't even compete with my own brothers, because I don't view my own brothers as competition, because my heart's not like that. And I don't project my insecurities or trauma on other people. And that's really the basis of narcissism. These narcissists, that they love to project, that's what they do. That's why gang stalking and organized stalking is really built on smear campaigning. It's really built on defamation of character assassination, because they want to tell people who you are. They don't want you to speak up for yourself. They don't want you to tell your story. They don't want you to speak for yourself. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. They try to beat you to the punch. But me, I'm not that type of individual. I'm not going to believe something that somebody's saying about somebody else just because I want to hear gossip. So at the end of the day, I speak on this just to show that, I'm aware of the enemy's tactics, and I'm aware that they're watching my channel, like I said before. So, y'all could play this at the next meeting or whatever y'all do in y'all's little group chats, or y'all meet up in y'all little secret rooms and areas, or whatever they're paying y'all to do. So some of y'all are hating for free. But yeah, I'm going to just end this video there. Y'all take care of yourself. Protect y'all's energy. I don't speak on this to spread any negativity or make anybody feel drained or spread any fear. But I just speak on this because I know the tactics of the enemy from just experiencing it so much throughout my life, to where it's really easy to fit into words now. As before, it was very confusing. But once you see the truth for what it is, you don't have to script nothing. All these videos are off the head because you'll speak it fluidly. So y'all have a good day. Take care of yourself, to all the TIs out there.